October 2011. In July of 2012, I retired after 43 years of teaching family and consumer science. And so suddenly I found myself able to do some things that I should be doing. I had to go get a new doctor. My doctor moved out of state, and I went to Dr. William Woodall, and he said, well, we need to get some baseline information about you. And so he gave me all these things I needed to have done, tests, and one of them was a mammogram. And I got everything done except the mammogram. I was so busy trying to wind up the school year that I let that kind of pass by. But I came to this luncheon in 2012, and I got a good friend of mine, Sharon Ellis, came with me, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And I got inspired. I need to do that. I need to go get that mammogram done. I had had mammograms through the years. I'd even had people say, okay, come back and let's do an ultrasound and all this, but nothing had ever shown up. So I wasn't really worried. But anyway, I went to Medical East, had my mammogram done, and they immediately came in and they said, we see something suspicious, and we think you need to go to the hospital. Let them do it on their machine down there, and let somebody else besides us interpret it, and then we'll see what happens from there. And I did. After the test at the hospital, they said, your family doctor will call you. And so the next day, my family doctor called and told me that he was making an appointment for me to see a surgeon, that he felt like I needed to have a biopsy done. And so I did. I went in. Now, before that, I had to go see the doctor. And y'all, as a teacher for 43 years, I don't go anywhere that I don't see a former student. I walked into that surgeon's office, and sitting right there was one of my former students at the desk. And so anyway, she examined me and said, yeah, I feel a lump, and we're going to do a biopsy and see what it is. And I had that scheduled. But before that, I had a very good friend who went with me and did something that was invaluable. She took notes. When the doctor would be talking to me and telling me all these terms and conditions and things that I would forget when I walked out the door. All I had to do was turn in my little book and see it. I think it kind of helped that she's a medical transcriptionist, you know. She had all those big words down, and it really did comfort and help me to know that I really knew the situation. The next thing I did was take some advice that someone told me. Let people help you. That's hard for me to do, but I had friends and acquaintances that just were wonderful. They took me to my treatments, they wrote me cards, they called me, they emailed me, they sent me messages on Facebook, all kinds of things that were so supportive. And that is very important to the process. I call it the journey.